What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. Just want to pop in, and I want to talk about people that I'm seeing on Twitter that annoy the absolute shit out of me. So, you're going on Twitter, right? Every now and then you're gonna see black fatigue videos where our fellow African Americans are acting like shitheads. Getting in fights, throwing tantrums, trying to steal stuff, acting like clowns, stuff like that. And then, you're going in the comments, people are saying, oh yeah, they're acting pretty funny. And then you have some random guy, you scroll down enough, you'll see some random guy, and of course, he's like, well, what's wrong with this? Or he's trying to just act like it's nothing, and act like there isn't a problem, and act like they're just being normal. And I call this Captain Save-A-Black. The Captain Save-A-Blacks of Twitter, at least. And they always have, themselves in their profile picture. It's always some middle-aged, bald black guy that has to do this. I saw a video of these black girls blocking traffic on one of the main roads, and they were just twerking out on the street, out of the back seat. And, people are like, yeah, they're acting like clowns. I don't know what the heck they're doing. And then, you scroll down and it's the same person. It's the same black guy that's like, I don't understand what the heck they're doing wrong. What do you gain from that? You're just being a, what do you call it? Contrarian. You're just being a contrarian. Why? And I think it's just for the sake of being a contrarian, or it's just that you have such in-group bias that you can't even get it in your head that there are people that act like shitheads. Your fellow African Americans are acting like shitheads. You just can't. Oh my. Okay, thank you. I don't know what the problem is, and you just have to be you see a picture of your brothers and sisters acting like fools, and you just go in the comments and be like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And I got a few questions. Number one, does this look civilized to you? Videos of fighting and throwing stuff, stealing, throwing tantrums in public, around their kids. Why do you feel the need to defend that? Why do you feel the need to just act like nothing's happening? Are you just a chud? Nothing ever happens, chud? Or do you have such in-group bias that you're just like, oh, it's just white people mad at black people again? Oh my goodness, this is insane. This traffic is why is it so slow? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But, yeah, what the fuck, man? This traffic is so slow. Right at 5 o'clock. I mean, that's a normal thing, but I just witnessed somebody before I filmed this video. He was literally, and I wasn't I didn't turn the camera on as I was driving. I know there's people concerned about my safety, but I was already parked in a parking lot before I started filming, so don't worry about it. And this guy, he was not going through the roundabout. He was just sitting there for 30 seconds. And then guess what? An entire lane of congested traffic was just created because of him. Bad drivers create traffic. This is a whole nother discussion. And right back to the topic. Captain Save-A-Black. It's always these bald, middle-aged black guys that have to just come to the defense of degeneracy. Oh, you're just racist. I'm not racist. I would say the same thing about any other race. White people, Asians, Hispanics. If it was white people, it would be Captain Save-A-White. If it was Asian, it'd be Captain Save-A-Asian. It'd be Captain Save-A-Hispanic. Alright? I'm not racist. I just see these people acting like idiots on the internet, and I just want to point it out because I don't see people pointing it out. You know, it's this weird phenomenon, you know, every day going on. I guess it's just my feed, because I click on all kinds of stuff, but every day it's like out of 100 people, there's just the one guy, just for the sake of I don't know what. You just have to be like, no, they're not doing anything. And that creates like a blind spot in your head. You have an entire blind spot in your head that, you know, just because it's your people, all right, just because it's your brothers and sisters, oh, they're not doing anything wrong. You know, it's just everybody else that's racist against black people, right? Because that's how it works in your head, isn't it? It's just everybody else that's against you, because of what, the color of your skin. Are you sure it's not because it's not? Is it not because of black fatigue? Are you sure it's not because of black fatigue? You know, it's so weird, and no one's talking about this. And you can tell me, oh, you might have a blind spot for white people, or whatever kind of people, any other people. You know, if I were Hispanic, you just have a blind spot for Hispanic people then. No, I don't have a blind spot. There's do I really have to say it? Like, do I really have to dumb it down and be like, there's white people that act the same way? No, I'm not such, I'm not going to appeal to such a bot crowd. I'm not going to be like, well, we also have to take into account that there's also white people that act like this, so I'm not just racist. I mean, I know I just said it, I'm playing right into their hands, but I'm pointing out that there's people that need to hear that. There's people that, you know, I can't say one thing about a different race without clarifying that I'm not racist, or don't worry, there's definitely white people that act like this too, or Hispanic, or everybody acts like this. But, you know, it's just why? Ask yourself this. Why is it your brothers and sisters I'm seeing all the time on the internet, and it's not my white brothers and sisters? If we want to put it that way, so that I'm not sounding racist. So, you know, I can't I can't say NY space PEOPLE because that sounds racist, doesn't it? To some people. But, and to answer that question for you, because you're going to answer it wrong, why is it always your brothers and sisters acting like this that I'm seeing most of the time, more often than not, and it's not my brothers and sisters? And there's a lot of different answers for that, but my answer is that it's just society is degenerating around us, and it's just affecting one group of people the most. I mean, I'm not excusing anyone's behavior, but I'm just saying, when you're seeing society slowly, very, very slowly, but surely crumble around you, there's going to be a reaction. All people from all around the world are all having a reaction, but it affects different people in a different sort of way. You see how I'm able to spin this so that I don't come off as racist? Because there doesn't have to be a racist way to answer this. It's just black people. No, it's not just black people. It's not. Okay? It's just they're just reacting. They're reacting in a way that shouldn't be, but imagine if you weren't really well off, right? And it's been a butterfly effect of how government has been treating you, right? And I'm not saying, oh, it's white people's fault that they're acting like this. No, I'm saying that it's the government's fault. Even if if it's mostly white people, it's government corruption and just mishandling of the government, and just thinking, oh, free handouts for everyone so that, there's not an incentive to progress in life. And so when you have people that have not been very well off in life because of their own decisions and government decisions that are enabling bad decisions, the effect of that is going to be negative, right? And so on top of that, you have Captain Save-A-Black defending it. You're not fixing any issues. You're enabling bad behavior. And then it's making you look bad, and it's making you and your brothers and sisters look bad too. You're making the situation worse by being like, oh, they're not doing anything wrong. Oh, I don't understand what they're doing. Like, you're just acting dumb, or you are purposefully acting dumb so that you can seem like some innocent guy that doesn't know, who is ignorant to how the world is going right now. Like, and that's the malicious part. That's the part that I don't like. You are either a fucking idiot living under a rock, or you are, maybe you are a racist. You are a racist who has such in-group bias that it has created a blind spot in your head. Or, not a blind spot, a blind spot, but at the same time, maybe not even a blind spot, and you're just defending them because they're your brothers and sisters, you know. And it's just white. It's just everyone else. It's just white people, because that's what it seems to be nowadays. White people, you know. White people hate us, so we're gonna act out and show them, right? Like, that's gonna help. Like, the actual racist white people are gonna be affected by this in a negative way. Actually, it's gonna embolden them, because it's gonna think that their thought processes are justified, that their racism is justified. So they're gonna go on the internet, they're gonna see people acting a fool, they're gonna see you defending them, and then they're gonna be like, well, I guess they really are clowns and don't deserve any respect. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. And the only way to solve this is to become more grounded in reality, become strengthened in Christianity, see the light, and slowly but surely fix your mindset, fix your community, and that's going to fix other people's mindset, because they're going to think, well, there is hope. You know, if we come together, you know, stop supporting governments that hate us, then we can live peacefully, you know. But instead, political ideology that has been created by satanic cults that run the world have brainwashed NPCs to create racial tensions, racial divides, and it's going to keep us divided until that divide and conquer agenda is fulfilled. If you keep people divided, they're not going to see the true evil. They're going to think, oh, they're evil. Oh, they're evil. Well, if only we had these people running the show, then the other people will just go away. They'll stop being evil because we're going to force people. We're gonna have people in power force you. Like, that's gonna change anything. Like, that's gonna make anything better. You can't force people. More laws just means more criminals. And that's just gonna create more degeneracy and more Captain Save-A-Blacks on Twitter. So that's really about it. I can't really end this video yet because I'm in the middle of driving here. So I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it, you know? And you know, what the heck? Anyway, if only we had more Democrats in power, if only we had more Republicans in power, then we could have real change. I call bullshit. You know why? Because they all have their own little agendas. Each side has their own little sub-agenda that helps the bigger agenda. You think it's good versus evil? No, it's evil and evil. There's no verses. It's an illusion of verses. So when it's a sort of illusion of good and evil, that's going to create political divides, which create racial divides. And if you think, well, if white people would just, if black people would just, or any group of people, you know, And granted, each side does have their own valid criticisms of their opponents. Like, for instance, racism is still alive in this country. And you sound like a liberal. Why are you talking like a liberal? I'm not talking like a liberal. I see it. Neo-Nazis still believe that their little sect of people are gonna make a change. They're gonna restore the white glory in America, you know. And then it's the same thing on the other side. Oh, white people are evil. You know, we need to get rid of white people, or it needs to be less white people so that us black people or Hispanics or whatever can get in power. And, you know, we'll make the white people pay their dues, you know, reparations. So racism is alive on both sides, unfortunately. And people in power are pushing that out through their agenda. So, you know how I tell people I'm not a racist? Because I'm a Christian, and Christianity does not believe in racism. What we believe in is good and evil. If we can help people see the light, then there won't be racism. There will only just be good and evil in your heart. And when there's more good than evil in your heart, then your community will rise up. Then your, how should I say this? Then the societies where you come from will rise up. You know? And then there's going to be less Captain Save-A-Blacks that have to defend degeneracy because they're probably racist or have in-group bias, which in-group bias is not going to go away. That's just the way it is. People have a instinct to kind of help. You know, it's kind of in the name, in-group bias. You have a bias, however little it may be. So that's really about it. I tried to really wrap it up here. But that's about it, guys. I will see you all next time back on the flip side. Peace out.